Motion passed, 628.
My last paragraph was the good one. Right.
Thank you.
I got to pull your background too.
I left.
What up, what up, what up, good people? What is up with my people? If you would, please, let me take care of one bit of business before I get started talking. Give me 1 second.
Press the subscribe button. Yes, you. Press the subscribe button.
Press the subscribe button. Yes, you. Press the subscribe button. Press the subscribe button. Yes, you.
If you would, please like, subscribe, share to all in the queue. All right? If you would, please like, subscribe, and share to all in the queue. Today, I know you saw I said breaking news, and we do have some breaking news, and I have a few guests here today because, as you saw in that video that I played before I came on the screen, we had some mug shots of some people. What's up, everybody? Scorpio Phoenix, Strawberry Shortcake, Shanita Lanier. How are y'all doing this evening? Genius is using that. Yes. So I'm here today. You saw the video that I played just a few moments ago with our mug shots. We're here having a community conversation because I feel like there is, and some of the people in your community, the village voices, the voices of the village, feel like there is a potential threat to the community. And on this platform, we're about the residents. We're always going to have community conversations. We're always going to update the residents and keep them informed. And there were some reports over the last couple of days that those people that you saw in the mugshot video were out collecting signatures for the current mayor, Tiffany Henyard, and supervisor of Thornton Township to be reelected. Now, why would we do that? Why would we do that? Why? Just why? So we are having the community conversation here today with two of our favorite good girlfriends. We will be having today. Let me find my claps so we can give a good all in the queue welcome. I need to, there it is. Good all in the queue welcome to Sherry Hatcher Britton. Hey. To Thelma Price. This is, you going to jail. Oh, you going to jail. We
all going to jail.
Okay. To have a community conversation about the recent sightings of Tiffany Henyard out in Dolton trying to collect signatures. And I'm going to play another video for the people. This one doesn't have too much sound, so we can talk while we have the viewers look at this video. There were multiple posts on Dolton Politics talking about sightings of Tiffany Henyard out in the neighborhood. So this is a warning to all of the Dolton residents. Please like, subscribe, and share this video to everyone in Dolton, everyone in the township that you know. Because if you see these people out in your neighborhood, we don't want you to open the door. Because they may be trying to use intimidation tactics to get you to sign a petition. And if you don't want to sign, it's your right not to sign. It's even your right not to open the door. So that's, what we want you to do. And I have these two lovely ladies here. Let me switch because, it's always going to be something. But I am the super producer, so you can't get me.
Hey.
Okay, you can't get me. I'm going to play this video one way or the other. You're going to watch it. So we can talk while this is going on. So, Sherry, let me know some of your concerns about this going on in the community.
Well, my biggest concern is why would you even think, well, in my opinion, why would the mayor / supervisor even think that having these people walk in the streets with her is okay? in her mind it's okay because they support her. But if the community has some concerns about them, I just, even that alone to me would make me like rethink that. I mean, it's totally crazy. And from my observation, and that's from being out, especially this weekend, it was a lot of concern. And they can say whatever they want to say. Of course, we would never record people while they're talking about their concerns, but those people are not, they don't want to answer their doors because of that. And maybe they should.
Absolutely, they shouldn't. I mean, why would we reelect a mayor that has taken the town hostage? Why would we do that?
Agreed. Agreed. It's a lot of egregiousness going on with this administration and how they choose to do things. They think that we're just supposed to sit back and let them do whatever they want to do. The attacks are coming. The attacks are coming because we are speaking out, and I just don't get it. I don't get it. And when they go door to door and people reject them, um, I think that the attacks on the residents and people like myself who are speaking out are gonna uh, be more prevalent. They'll do it more.
Ms. Dolman, let me get your thoughts on, the recent sightings and what your concerns are.
I think it's very dangerous. I had a neighbor, we so happen to be talking about this because, a lot of people come to me because they know I'm very active. And they were talking about what they were seeing on Dolton politics and hearing about Michael Smith knocking on doors. And one of my neighbors was saying, I have a teenager in my house, and I don't feel comfortable with a person like Andrew Holmes with what he has over his head coming and ringing my bell, knocking on my door. And I definitely don't trust Michael Smith. And I can understand. I don't trust him. I wouldn't trust him either. It's very alarming, that she would even think that the community would embrace them, and everything that's out is not like it's lies, it's just bad. I think it's really bad. It's bad on her part that she thinks that it's a good idea for her to be connected to, well, she's connected. Can't help
I
it
mean,
but be connected.
what's even more concerning to me is that you have no regard for the safety of the residents that you are supposed to be
Correct.
representing.
Correct.
You have all of these people out in the neighborhood who have questionable backgrounds
Mm-hmm.
out in the neighborhood, knocking on doors where the elderly is susceptible,
Mm-hmm.
where children are susceptible.
Correct.
After you have not given account for all of the money that has been missing, why would
Mm-hmm.
you think that these people would want to sign a petition to ask you for 4 more years of yes, steal more money from us and raise our taxes?
Right.
That is concerning to me. Is also concerning to me that you're out in this neighborhood with somebody else's husband. Like, that's concerning to me. That's very concerning to me. I mean, what are you promoting? I mean, you're, as the mayor, you should have some sort of decorum about you. You should have some type of moral foundation about you. It just was concerning to me, like the way she looked. She was not even dressed professionally. As the current mayor, it would be my feeling if you came to my door, I would be expecting you to at least be dressed business casual. I mean, you are the current sitting mayor. You should have some. I should know that. I should know by looking at you that you are the current sitting mayor. I didn't. Let me let me run this back one more again. We're gonna let the people see because people are coming in late. Hello, everyone. If you would please like, share, and subscribe this video. We are giving a warning to the residents of Dolton and the Thornton Township to beware of the current mayor, Tiffany Henyard, and we'll say the unhinged petition ministry or prison ministry out in the neighborhood collecting signatures. And we are here doing a community roundtable with your voices of the village, Thelma Price Gant and Sherry Britton, to get their perspective on this. But I'm going to show this video again because I know some of you are just tuning in and want to know what we're talking about. So I'm going to show you what we're talking about.
Motion passed 628.
My last paragraph was the good one. Right.
Thank you.
I got to pull your background too.
I left.
And I want to say something about the end of that video. At the end of that video, you see Mr. Kamal Woods, who is the alleged or the department head for the youth prevention department. However, we've never received a report from his department. Yet I do believe his department turns in invoices and there's things on the warrant list for this said department. Yet we've never received a report from his department. But at the end of that video, you will see that he tapped Paul Roberts on the shoulder and asked to speak to him. Paul Roberts was the last public comment in that meeting. He asked to speak to him outside. Why? Why would you want to speak to me after my public comment and I have a right to comment? Why would you want to speak to me? But also, he did that in front of everyone, like it was okay. Luckily, there were a few residents that stayed behind with Mr. Roberts while Kamal talked to him. I don't know what he wanted to talk to him about, because clearly you have nothing to talk to me about. But these are some of the tactics of this administration. And here on this platform, we're about informing the residents and keeping the residents up to date and informed. And why would you want to sign a petition when you're seeing the intimidation tactics of this administration in action? I mean, how did you all feel about that? And how do you all feel about him being at meetings, glaring at people? How do you all feel about it? How does that make you feel?
Well, I've had Kamal to try to intimidate me as well, where he's like staring dead in your eyes, giving you a mean look. But that don't bother me, period. You know, but he shouldn't be doing that. He should not be doing it. And he has walked past me and said some slick things to get my attention, but it's not going to stop. That's not going to stop me. It's not going to stop the rest of us. So he could try to intimidate all he wants to, but it's not going to work.
Yeah.
And I think we're doing right by standing up and not being afraid and calling it out, you know, and that's what we're doing.
And
Yeah. Well,
for me, go ahead, Sherry.
I was gonna say, for me personally, and just like Thelma said, I was at a meeting and the stares and the glares. Well, let me just say one thing, because the last time I got the stares and the glares, and it was a different scenario because Dalton police were maybe still under her thumb, but I turned around and I used some very nasty words and I told the police officers, these so and so, so and so you know what that means, think that we don't have people that love us and they not going to intimidate us. So I know everybody doesn't feel the way we feel, but I think it is 100% crazy that they show up to these meetings in unauthorized areas and sit back and think that they're going to intimidate us. It's not going to work.
It's not working.
Yeah,
And it
and what
should.
I think about it is you know what? It can stop or it don't have to. We can handle it however they want to.
Uh,
Dalton residents are tired of
Mhm.
their mess. So it needs to stop.
yeah. I am. For me,
Mhm.
I have questions like, why is Kamal at the Dalton meeting anyway? Because he's an alleged or an employee of the township.
Mhm.
So there's no way that he should be directing anything at the village of Dalton or
I
sitting
agree.
behind the desk or near files private information of the residents of the village of Dalton because he's not an employee of the village of Dalton. For
Mhm.
me, he should not be allowed to go in the back door of the village because he's not an employee of the village. He should not be allowed to be there during working hours because he's not an employee of the village.
Well, he should be at work at the township. He's supposed to
You
have
know
a
what?
job there,
I'm glad
so
you said it. I'm glad you said it, Miss Thelma. I'm glad you
okay.
said it because if we paying you $100,000 a year, I mean you should be at the township doing something.
Correct.
But do
I
you
And
want him and do you want him around your kids?
I don't
Do you
want him
want
in
him
either
mentoring?
place.
Is that the mentor you want for your kids?
mm-mm.
That's the question. That is the question. And like I said, the other question is, you want to shout out Ghost Payroll. Who in his Ghost department besides for
Mm-hmm.
Kamal? I mean, most departments have other employees that you can list in the department.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
We have no idea who the other people are. I mean, who are the other people in this department while you sitting up here talking about Ghost Payroll? I mean, these are just questions that I have.
And he's never spoken when they have all the department heads speaking. He never speaks about his department, what he's doing, or anything. And that's a red flag right there.
Because
That's
to
a
me,
red flag.
because to me, you the youth summit that just happened, right? That
Mm,
that should have been under him, correct? Wasn't there some sort of youth thing? Maybe the handing out of the book bags is what they was considering the youth summit this year.
I don't know. I didn't know they had a youth summit this year. I thought it was last year.
Well, for me, all of the book bag handing out,
I think that was
all,
at the township, the Taste of Township. They was giving out the book bags and stuff
somebody said they was
too.
giving out the book bags at the taste, but she also had this back to school thing,
Right.
Oh
right?
yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So that
Correct.
really should have fell in his department. I'm gonna say it again. Why you sitting up there calling out people names and Ghost saying
Mhm.
under Zuccarelli was Ghost payroll? Well, what Ghost department held this back to school event
Right.
when Kamal's supposed to be the youth prevention department head? Shouldn't he have been up there on the stage talking?
I
Shouldn't he
think
have
so.
put this event together? I mean, I,
Well, he should have been a key player in getting the kids to be able to cut the grass. He could have been going up to the high schools with the
I'm,
district
you know that man
and
that turned
trying to get
around.
these kids.
You
He's
know that
not doing anything. He's just collecting a check.
Miss Thelma, you got me turning around and I'm sitting down, okay? Because
He's
you
Yeah,
paid,
said,
right. He's paid penis.
oh,
yeah,
well, to
yes,
God be the
exactly,
glory.
exactly.
I didn't know that was a job,
Well, I don't feel
especially.
like I should be paying for it because I'm not getting none of it. So
Oh,
I shouldn't be paying for it.
and listen, she shouldn't be getting none of
I
it.
don't even want
Don't
none of
belong
it.
to her.
I don't
It
even
don't.
want none of it, baby.
Oh Lord.
It
Oh
don't belong
Lord.
to her. So she shouldn't be getting any of it. Now I feel like Donald Trump.
Hey,
She
hey.
shouldn't be getting any of it either because it don't belong to her according to Cook County and the court system right now. That don't belong to her. So
Right.
yeah, youth prevention, you are in charge of the youth prevention, supposed to be a mentor to the children. Neither one of y'all I would let mentor
They
my
put him
child
over the wrong department. I don't even know what they was thinking, what she was thinking to put him over that department and not do anything.
because
And it's
now
out
Shouldn't
there.
we
be
yelling out ghost payroll.
Yeah,
It's
that's what I said on Dalton Politics. That's what it's about. Ghost payroll.
okay, you out here yelling out ghost payroll, girl. You better be careful
Hey,
when you're calling out
no,
ghost payroll
no,
because
they better be careful.
yes.
They
okay, because to
no,
me,
we not taking that no more. Mm-mm.
Uh-uh.
okay, and you know,
It's over with.
me and Miss Thelma was having a conversation a little bit before we started about
Mhm.
okay, we know what she gonna do every time she come to a meeting. And we're gonna talk about the next meeting. Me and Miss Dunn were talking about a few things, but I feel like now in these public comments, we should be calling out things like that. We should be calling out, and talking to the residents about what are we gonna do going forward. Everybody that can come out and help Jason House and the rest of the trustees collect signatures and get signatures.
Yes.
Let's clean this house. We got to now start turning our attention to what is going to be done in the aftermath of this. we,
Mm-hmm.
we are giving the warning today, we're giving the call to action today to ask the residents to not open their doors, to not
Mhm.
sign their petitions,
Mm-mm.
to not encourage this administration to even think that they're going to get reelected.
Yep.
So
Correct.
I feel like we need to now start, okay, talking to the residents maybe during your public comment. Please don't sign her petition.
Don't sign her petition.
Please don't sign her
That's
petition.
right.
They're out until how late at night? How late at night are these people that are questionable are out in your neighborhood? How late are they out there?
So I heard that it was the latest that I've heard is like close to 8 o'clock
Mm-hmm.
p.m. And you know, I guess we'll get to that, when you bring it up, but um like I
We
said,
can
when we
get to
were
it now.
out,
We can get
well,
to it now. How late should you be out collecting these signatures? Definitely not at no 8 o'clock.
would say because it's starting to get dark now at 8, I would say no. Maybe 7, 7:30, as long as, it's not dark. Um, I would say it's okay. But when you come and I mean, you can do whatever you want to do, but as the fired housing director, I don't think that you should be going to people's houses and then when you're not feeling the fact that they don't really care for the mayor or that they don't necessarily want to sign your petition, then you start looking around the property to say, oh, well, you need a permit for this and you need that. And when they challenge you and really want you to get the hell away from their home, then we call the police. What?
And see,
This
this is why you
fool,
shouldn't open the door, because these are the
absolutely.
intimidation tactics that they are
Hmm.
using.
Right,
She's weaponizing. And first of all, let's be clear. William Moore is no longer the housing director in the
right,
village of Dolton because he has been
mhm,
put on leave
right.
formally and legally by the board. Don't let them tell you otherwise. So he cannot really necessarily come in and tell you, oh, anything. You say no, you don't want to sign his petition, and if he start, you say you better get off my property before I call Cook County Sheriff Department. We ain't even going to
So
go to
is he doing
Dalton.
an inspection? My question is then, are you doing an inspection? He's not certified. Nobody is certified to do inspections. So you mean to tell me you could be at my house at 7:30 at night, and because I don't want to
After
sign your
business
petition,
hours.
then you say after business hours, then you say, oh, well, you need a permit. So then are you then gonna send an uncertified code enforcement officer? Well, I'm not gonna call them an officer. I'm gonna call them code enforcement fake staff, because if you're not certified, you're not certified. That means you shouldn't be working. So then are you gonna send that person around and just give you a random ticket
I
after,
mean,
after the fact to make money? It's a money grab too. So
Hmm.
they can watch the people who aren't supporting them. Then you got these unhinged prison ministry folk coming around to your house. They see where you live, they know where you live, and then they can write you tickets or try to intimidate you or whatever.
they could
But I'm
try
here
to
to tell
write
the
you a
dog,
ticket, but it's
right.
really just frivolous paper. Because if you are not, I'm gonna say this again.
Hmm.
You, in order to be an employee of the village of Dalton, you would have to be receiving a check, a paycheck.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
these people that are trying to intimidate and say these things, they're not receiving a check. At least not from the village of Dalton.
Hmm.
So you shouldn't let them intimidate you. And that's what we're here trying to warn the residents of, what the intimidation tactics are, and that you don't have to be afraid, because for one, probably any one of those people is really not even a employee of the village of Dalton. Am I
Right.
correct?
Well, the three that I have seen are not. They're not.
Right. Well, one was never
And
hired.
well, one was never hired. Two were laid off, and I'm assuming now terminated because of the situation. And then PP, which is paid penis, doesn't work for the village at all.
Not PP. Okay. That's a good, that's a great acronym. I like that. PP. Okay.
You got to keep it clean,
Okay, listen. OPP.
Okay.
right?
Okay.
And we not and
He
the
is,
last P ain't for property.
and okay. And listen, you younger kids, y'all don't know nothing about what we talking about. Well,
Right,
this the best music in your life.
right.
Okay, we
We ain't
talking
down
about
with OPP.
OPP. Okay, not just
Hmm.
PP. OPP. Other peoples. Okay, that word what she said.
Hmm.
Other peoples. So I'm just like, this, this is strange. This is strange, for you to be an elected mayor running around with these people, you looking unhinged, they looking unhinged. I mean, your hair sweated out, I mean, you got a crazy look in your eye when you're ringing the doorbell. If you heard in the last uh video that I played, she up there talking so loud to the resident that the resident across the street could recognize her voice.
Voice, right.
That
But you
that's
know what? That's crazy in itself. But I'm gonna tell you, when we pulled up, because Valerie Stubbs and myself, we were out after tea with the trustees on this past Saturday, and so we decided to go on in an area. And as soon as I pulled in, now mind you, he did not see me. but I saw the quote unquote new village administrator. I saw him. He was speed walking and he looked spooked. Now he didn't see me, so it wasn't me. But I was like, somebody had to have went off on him and told him to get off of their property. Um,
Mm-hmm.
when we and so when we walked that block, and those were, well, they're really two long blocks. So within 2 blocks, you probably have maybe 60 homes on those 2 blocks.
That is a
So we
long
got
street
to
that they were on.
yeah, two
Very
long
long.
streets. Yep. We got to an older couple, and when they opened the door, it was like these people want us to, they want to invite us in and cook dinner for us. They just so they'll sign anything to get rid of her. So the young lady said, he was like, the village administrator was like, "Oh, well, she wants to do some good things in the community and blah blah blah." Okay, how many more parties do we need? And then she said, "She's right around here. You can speak to her." So basically, she wants to read people's temperature before she even comes on the porch. Well, 9 times out of 10, she ain't getting on the porch because most people don't even want to talk to her. And then
Mm-hmm.
so when she said that, when he said that to that lady, she said, "I don't need to talk to her. Watch the news." So,
Okay.
Okay.
everybody is tired.
Javar,
Tired.
let me tell you one thing about the tea with the trustees. Everybody is welcome. I've been to a tea with the trustees.
Mhm.
And you can go to the tea with the trustees and listen
Mhm.
and ask them questions. It's open to the public. They don't turn anyone away. I have been to a tea with the trustees and it is awesome. It's awesome because for one, the trustees actually get to answer questions. So you
Mhm.
can either get up and make a comment or you can ask a question and the trustees will answer. Like you can say, I have a question and it's for Jason House. And you ask your question, Jason will get the mic and he will answer. That's like the smoothest thing I've ever seen. It was so refreshing to go to my first tea with the trustee and see this. I couldn't believe that the residents were not attending these teas because for
They were
one,
though. They
they
were.
well, I mean, as big as it was the last time I was there. I mean, it was filled to
Uh-huh.
capacity the last time I was there. I mean, to the back of the room.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of
And
times we just don't film it because the residents want to feel safe and comfortable. They used to film them, but you know what? It is personal, and it's personal, but not in the respect that anybody can't come. But again, we want everybody to feel safe. We don't, some people
Mm-hmm.
don't want to be filmed. They want to come in and they want to talk. And they want to tell their truth and they want to get their answers and they are so frustrated. So I get what you're saying, but yeah, that's why, and I know a lot of people ask that, so I wanted to like cover that just so people know that is, that is the big reason why it's just not filmed or live or anything.
Well, the
right.
last meeting we just had with the trustee, it feels so good. We had a resident that came by the table me and Sherry was at, and she was like, you know what? I thank you guys for all the work. So, I know that it's a lot of residents. You might not see them, but they're rooting for us and they're on our side and they appreciate it. And that was just one time. the
Mhm.
the residents constantly come up to us and always tell us that, and that gives us the strength to want to just do more and more when we get that feedback from the residents you know
Um, Miss First Lady Brown, no one has ever been put out of the tea with the trustees. As you can see, Dr. Nakia did respond to you, but no one has ever been put out of there that I know of. And like
Mm-mm.
I said, if you attend one, they're gonna treat you just like your adults and residents. They
Yep,
serve
with respect.
refreshments, and everybody is welcome to the refreshments. And you
Hmm.
go and you sit down and you listen, and you can even ask a question if you had one. Like I said,
Mhm.
they are so welcoming. And the last one I went to, everyone was there, including Clark Key was there too.
Hmm.
So I know some people, most of the people here love her, and yeah, she does attend the tea with the
She does.
trustees
Well, it's
regularly.
funny that you know That's correct. But it's times that she has given parties and would not even let a resident get any food or anything at the because of her disliking them. So she does that. We're paying for these parties, and you're gonna tell us we can't come if we wanted to come. Now I don't go to that junk. Period.
Now,
I
like
never
you're
go to
talking about,
anything.
and you're talking about like the way she put Miss Hill out of the Easter
Mhm.
thing that she had.
Yeah.
Even though
It's
she
it's
was
been
using
more
it
people than
fun,
just Miss Hill where she's
right?
done that. Where she wouldn't allow them to give a resident a ticket to eat something. So, she does that type of stuff and we're paying for it. We
And,
probably should start pulling up at these parties. We paying for it.
and
Right.
listen, I also want to inform the residents because someone posted a comment on one of my videos and said that Tiffany was going to put some vehicles on the next agenda because her and Lacey had to give her vehicles back. Listen, she can put whatever she want on the agenda. She no longer has any power to buy anything.
Mm-mm,
Let that sink in. Because of the ordinances that they have placed in place,
Mhm.
and voted and legally are in place. I don't know what she be talking about. That and it blows my mind that she even. I really think she needs to go get a psych evaluation. I really think that there is some sort of disconnect going on.
mhm,
You know,
It's a
um,
form of retardation. Let's
I
call
can't
it
do
what
mhm.
it
shit.
is.
I cannot. Um, but I want to put that to rest. I want the residents to understand the ordinances that are in place. She cannot buy, and I'm gonna quote somebody, penny candy without permission.
Right.
Okay, she can't
Not that she won't
spend
do it,
one. Not that she won't do it,
but she's not
but
supposed to.
if she do, she's just stacking up and stacking up the charges and stacking them up and stacking them up.
Can I
Because
can I say this one quick thing about the
yeah,
trustees? What I do know is they're a part of a lot of times people think that they're not doing stuff or then why they're not acting on this and that. They're doing a lot of things behind the scene. They're not like Tiff, where she always want to be seen on Facebook. They're not like that. They're like they made the deal for the fire department. They did that behind the scenes. Nobody knew that they were doing that. Just like they also had to do the deal to make sure our garbage was going to be picked up. See, but a lot of residents don't know that we was in danger of not having our garbage picked up. They was messing up
Because
so
of
bad.
something she did. Right.
So,
Mhm.
those trustees, they work behind the scenes. They ain't got time to be on Dalton politics. They don't have time for that because they doing the
also
real work.
right, and also there's a fine line and a balance that you have to walk
Mhm.
when you're in a trustee position in a hostile situation
Mm-hmm.
such as this. You can't let the
Mhm.
enemy know how you're coming either.
Correct.
So
Absolutely.
that would lead you not to be able to, say as much as you want to say. And believe me, I'm sure that behind the scenes, they be like, girl, whoo,
But
somebody come get me.
sometimes it's times that we might say, well, damn, why the trustees is not doing this and that. It's some things that they cannot talk to us about and tell us. We just got to be patient.
That
It's some
part,
things that they got to hold to their chest.
that
And you
Mhm.
part.
can't be a part of everything that's really going on. It's some things that's going on right now that we don't know nothing of that they know. And we
That
just got
And
to
they're
be,
the
we don't want
elected
to mess it up.
officials.
We don't want
but
to
And
mess
they're
the
the
investigation.
yeah.
okay, while we have
They're my trustees. They doing a great job. And
they
that's why
they are
I
doing an
laugh
awesome
at
job.
anybody that call themselves trying to run for mayor. Why would we turn our backs on them and they've been with us from the very beginning to even
But
think of somebody else? No.
this is what I want people to know. Okay, what I want you to do, this is homework. I want you to go look up the oath that a trustee takes. Then I want you to look up the responsibilities of a trustee.
Correct.
The trustee is supposed to be acting in the best interest of the residents. That's not being on Dalton Politics telling everything they're doing.
Correct.
That's not being on TV telling some of the things that they are doing. Because
And
some of the go ahead, go ahead.
no, I really want to address the gentleman's questions when he questions the people and, talking about Tiffany or
That's why I put it
whatever.
there. Go ahead.
Again, I get it, but if you don't live here, you don't know. And so, being unorthodox, and we talked about this on the last live I did with you, we cannot take responsibility for her not doing what she was supposed to do. She was put in office because she was the lesser of two evils, and she also did not let us fix her crown. If she ran, nobody else was running. She was in there. And it, like she said, it wasn't like it was a landslide of people that voted her in. Miss Thelma didn't vote for her.
I
So
sure
again,
didn't.
it's not like everybody just said we want her to, we want this ignorant person that's not going to do their job to do their job. There were people put in place to help her. She decided to do what she wanted to do, and it's not that we were just supporting an ignorant fool. And if your uncle lives in Dalton, we gonna help your uncle. All he got to do is call us. He don't have to deal with her and her ignorance. That's why we're talking up. That's why we're speaking up, because she took the ball and she went all. She left the yard by herself. We had no idea. She sat there and she promised people that she was going to get it together. Like you said,
Mhm.
we had the speech classes lined up for her. We had people lined up, to be a part of her team. We had resumes for her to look over with, we assumed that she would be showing these resumes to the trustees and everybody would work together. And that's not what she did. And, people keep showing this mug shot. Listen, the girl did not steal cars and she was not breaking in cars. So while people were telling us we need to do research, and this is off the question with the gentleman, I just want to let him know that's what was going on. If we being honest, and they're telling us to do our research and things of that nature, obviously they didn't do the research about that mug shot, because I'm really getting
She
sick of
didn't.
that.
She
People keep
didn't steal a
running with
car.
stuff. She didn't steal cars and she wasn't breaking in cars, but it ain't up to me to clear that up. She should have. But when people use it to what they weaponize that mugshot against Dalton residents who are already getting a bus whooped. And if they're not in the situation that we are in the village of Dalton, then they listen, we're not taking responsibility for Tiffany's bullshit. I'm sorry. We just not.
And
And
let's
they can
be
take that
clear.
and do whatever they want to do with it.
Let's be clear about this 82% because I've been dying to clear
Right.
this up. First of all, there was a low voter turnout. So that is a result of the low voter turnout. That is not a representation of this entire village. That is a representation of the low voter turnout.
COVID.
Right.
It was a lot of things in place.
So
No, that she didn't vandalize a car cooking with Frank. But you know what? I'll talk to you offline about it because I know this is not about that. If you like, and I will let you know exactly what's going on.
Cherry, if
You
you want
if
to
you if
address
you
it
shoot
now,
us
that's
your email.
if you want to address it now, that's what this platform is for. This is the public resident forum. This is where you all get to have your public comments. So let's go ahead and
Mhm.
address these things.
Well,
Go ahead.
they were stopped in a vehicle that the proper paperwork hadn't come back yet. And if you look at what was going on with it, they were released and everything. So it wasn't, I don't know where people are getting they stole the car, maybe because the paperwork didn't come back right or whatever, but they were released and cleared. But you still got to take a mug shot. So, you know, I don't know.
Okay.
She didn't steal a car. And y'all know I'm not her friend. So I'm just saying we run with
You're
things
doing the
as
right
kind of what
thing.
Miss Thelma was saying when we talked about how people think the trustees aren't doing anything. We got to start keeping it a buck, and that
Mm-hmm.
is some of my problem with dog politics. And I get people and they say, well, you know what, not trying to be disrespectful, but you being disrespectful. That's all I'm saying. If we're
Okay.
telling you this, and that's why sometimes I have 1 word and 2 word comments, yes or no or maybe, because people sometimes are in this to spin it the way they want to spin it for views, likes, comments, and all that. But we keep it a buck over here in Dalton. We've been doing this for 3.5, almost 4 years. So at the end of the day, when people get up and they want to be tough Tina or tough Tim on the keyboards and start telling us about what we're not doing and what's going on and all that, I beg to differ. Just like people are saying, "Oh, she can win this race." I live in Dalton. She's not gonna be the mayor again.
She's not.
We in these streets. How they say we outside. We know what's going on,
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. The
And
residents is fighting back. They fighting
listen,
back.
so
and
what
we
we
have our
need
police department helping us again.
and what we
Mm-hmm.
need to do is make sure that this video gets
Hmm.
shared, gets
Absolutely
liked everywhere because the answers are here. The
right.
answers are here by people who live in the village. These are not people on my screen who saw this on the news and was like, "Oh, I want to come up there and comment." No, these people have been working since the beginning. Sherry
Mhm.
Britton, Miss Thelma, they have been working since the beginning. So, and they live in Dolton. So we need everybody to like, comment, share, subscribe to this channel so that you can get the information from the voices of the village. These are the people that are in close contact with the trustees, with Jason House, with the people that are working with them at the police department, the fire department. So if you want to know something, you should come to this platform because I'm going to make sure that you know it. I'm going to make sure that the residents are heard on this platform. Why? Because I'm
Well,
here for the people.
right. And again, we're not saying don't post the mugshot, but yeah, because it's funny to me too. I love it. I love cooking with Frank. I crack up. Sometimes my husband's like, "Are you gonna laugh any louder?" Laughing at his videos because they crack me up. And that's fine. We're not saying don't post it, but again, we don't need her to have anything to say valid about what people are saying about her. You know what I'm saying? She could, and she hasn't addressed it. Um, for whatever reason she could, but maybe she just feels like people wouldn't uh they wouldn't believe her anyway. But a bigger thing for me is while we're talking about the unhinged prison ministry,
Yep.
when
And that part.
Miss Valerie's backyard got shot up.
Um,
Now,
Mm-hmm.
I would address that. I would 1000% deny having anything to do with it. That has
Mm-hmm.
not been done. You tell me why. But when you running around here running a town like you believe you are Nino Brown, that's what happens. So in
Mm-hmm.
her head, having these unhinged weirdos walking around with her is sad. And they really feel like we don't have a right. And that's my problem with this. They feel like we don't have a right to express our concerns. She
ah,
just, that's 100% crazy. Now you know that the people don't want this man in as the village administrator. You know that people have a problem with some of your henchmen that come up and they speak as an employee of the village of Dalton. What makes you think you should be able to disrespect residents and trustees? William Moore is a whole fool.
Yes, he
William Moore
is.
is
He's
a whole
weird.
psychotic fool. And not only is he a fool, he is dangerous because he does not live in Dalton, he does not work in Dalton, and he is actually holding Village Hall hostage. It is locked down. Residents cannot come in to do business. The only thing we can do is come in a little 2x2 area where they got 3 chairs. So everybody, when you come in to take care of your business, everybody, they can hear where you live. If you got to give them your
Correct.
phone number, anything, you got people standing there. He's calling. Then you got these fools running up to the village. Like if they see, let's say me, what's she doing here? Live here, fool.
Mm-hmm.
If I want to come in that building, I should be able to come in that building. That building needs to be open. And while he's doing things like calling the police on the deputy clerk when she's trying to come to work,
Yeah, that's
he
horrible.
he uses the police. He feels like the police are still Tiffany. I'm not calling her the mayor no more. Y'all can do that if y'all want to.
Oh no.
Tiffany
No, she ain't none of my mare.
is they
I,
think he thinks that the police are just supposed to be at her beck and call, which means they're at his beck and call. That has to stop. He's not an employee. He can't volunteer. There is no such thing as volunteering in the housing department. Um, he is crazy, and he walks around, and even during meetings, it's unsafe because he's in the building already. How do we know he don't have a gun? He sits
Mm-hmm.
right behind Trusty House, and he has some weird obsession with him. So he's sitting behind him. You don't know what he has at that podium. What happens if he just goes nuts?
and that's the
I,
reason why I said,
active shooter loading.
that's the reason why I said Kamal shouldn't be coming in the back door either. He is not a village employee. The only people that should be coming in that back door should be the trustees and anybody that works for the village.
Right. And you don't know
Yep.
what they have when they come in those back doors. And my thing is, if they're not, either they're coming through the back door because they have weapons.
Yep.
They either they have weapons, and I think that's what it is, or they don't want to come through. They don't want to do the walk of shame and walk past the residents through that front door like we do.
Because they know
But
they're
if
gonna
we
get
have to,
booed.
right. But again, they think they run things because she does. And any grown man, now that's another thing too. I'm a married woman. If my husband was that obsessed with a chick that ain't his wife, all on camera, all on social media, it ain't that much money in the world. You
Mm.
sitting up here
Mm-hmm.
making a whole fool out of yourself. And some of these people, like the quote unquote new village administrator, he got 30, 40 more years to work. What are you doing? What are you
Mm-hmm.
doing? People are watching this. When those employees get up at that, when they start speaking up on those podiums at those meetings, and they're being ignorant to the board of
Mm-hmm.
trustees and basically ignoring the residents' cries, all you doing is showing all the other employers that you're not employable, because that's what's going to happen when you
Mm-hmm.
get out of dog, because they going one way or another.
I mean, you blackballing yourself.
Yep.
Absolutely.
You blackballing yourself by your behavior, the behavior that you're displaying, the unprofessional behavior that you're displaying.
Hmm.
I mean,
These are the people walking around going to your door, and then the fact that she thinks it's okay for them to come, and then something is wrong with them, because what makes them think that people, I mean, I would think, if I was that village administrator and that supervisor from public works, and her man, I would think, man, these people really don't want me at their door. They don't like us anyway.
Mm-hmm.
You can't it ain't nothing that she or them they could say. They don't know anything about the process. They don't know anything about politics. They don't know anything about what's going on. They can't even have an intelligent conversation about the village of Dolton. So why in the heck are you going around trying to get some petitions signed? I can.
I mean, for me, I just this whole thing, I'm gonna go back to her needing a psych evaluation. I'm telling you, because it for me, it is not making sense. I don't even see how. Well, this lady done told us she didn't have a degree that she don't even have. The people ain't got
Right.
her registered nowhere. So I, like I said, she need to be evaluated. I feel like that's a thing because for you to go around a neighborhood after you've been exposed in a investigation that uncovered that you have siphoned more than $6 million from a village,
We don't know
and
where
you
it's at.
said, and you said, oh yeah, it- I'm about to be reelected. What? Like, I know there's a disconnection there, and it is more than retardation. It is more than that. Because you can't tell me that you sat there and was like, yeah, them people gonna sign my petition and reelect me after Lori Lightfoot done told them and uncovered that I have successfully siphoned $6 million+ from this village that I grew up in.
Yeah.
That is the other part for me. You
All I can,
grew up in this village, ma'am, and
right.
this is what you did.
All I can
They should
say is
make
what
you
Thelma
make
say.
license plates until even after you get out. You should still have to make license plates for the village
Hey,
of Dalton.
hey,
Thelma
tell
should
them
be able to
neighbor,
call you on speed dial and say,
you
"Listen,
going to
baby,
jail.
listen, baby. On my next license plate, I wanted to say you been to jail." Because that's just outrageous. That's just
Mm-hmm.
outrageous. It is outrageous. Okay, so I have a question. You may not
I
know,
got
you
an
may
answer.
know. I hope so. How do we get Village Hall back open? What do we do?
So this is what I say. I say hire somebody to change the locks. Don't have key fobs, have keys. Do not let the current person who is don't let the current person that's doing the the handyman or whatever that work, do not let him do it and do not give him keys.
I
That's how you
agree.
do that.
I
Come in and
agree.
change the locks, have the police department right there when whoever they have to come change those locks uh present so they can't say anything or do anything to them.
Mm-hmm.
And and for now don't use codes, use keys.
Yeah.
And
Mm-hmm.
that would
Wow.
be the best way to do that. That would
I
make
feel like
more
since she
sense.
can't pay anybody,
Hmm.
I mean, and
Yeah.
let
And
me
they
tell
can
you
do it.
all something else too. I looked up for some reason. I looked up because I wanted to know if anybody had donated to her campaign this year.
Recently.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Which I didn't see anyone. She loaned herself $20,000.
Hmm.
And that was the last thing that I had seen. But that place in Indiana, the sandwich place, I forgot the name of it. They're on here. Like, did you know that Delgado gave her $13,000 in
Hmm.
2023 for her campaign?
Hmm. Well, first of all, she doesn't update it, so it may be thing. I don't think people are donating to her anymore. I think that she's gonna have a hard time getting donations. That's why she is so hell bent on trying to, even though she knows there's nothing really left she can do. I think that she's going to keep trying to get the petition signed to get on the ballot to run, even though because she's gonna kick and scream. But she doesn't. Her D2s are never really updated either.
Yeah, and
So it's gonna be
that's the
kind of
one.
hard to know
Yeah, that's
what
the one thing that I did notice because I was like, okay, you go from 2023 straight to April of 2024.
they're not they usually they haven't been being updated or correctly, I'm sure. Um, yeah. Yeah, because it was something that happened with the uh first off, there are people who are saying that they had made donations and okay, like if they made a $500 donation, the state has it listed that they made a $5,000 donation and they didn't. So what I think is happening there is other people that don't want to be known to donate, they're probably putting it together. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
See, that's another thing,
Wow.
you know. But
Mm.
but but to answer some people's questions too about when people are saying they can't believe that she's doing it, I think the biggest thing with that as well as it's never happened before. And she's saying, I'm the mayor and I'm going to do it. And people don't know what to say when she does that because people look at that name and for some strange reason they think that the trustees are right below the mayor. They don't look at it as a balance, as them being a balance. They think of that she's the mayor and this is what happens. And then they also got to look at in Illinois. Illinois is one of the most corrupt states when it comes to politics. So she's being quote unquote protected, but even that is a problem now because she's playing in everybody's face, including the people that are protecting her.
Hmm.
So that's
I
why
would
she
say that
feels like,
she's,
She's
yeah, I
becoming
would
a
say that she's
liability.
right, but I would say that she's gone rogue. You know,
absolutely. And they know that too, and they don't know what to do with her. But that gets back to why we're even on this live. That's what makes her think that she can have these fools running the street, knocking on people's doors. If we got a grandbaby and she's almost 14, but she looks 18, 19, she can be at home by herself. But if she go to the door and one of them answer the door, we don't know. You know what I'm saying? I'm not
it's
saying they
that
would
part.
Mhm.
do something to her, but they know where she is. Kids are impressionable. You just don't know what's going on. What could be said?
You don't know, and you don't know, you know, if there was a reason that they're targeting this certain houses. Because if you heard the lady in the video, one of the videos I played, she
Mhm.
said she didn't come by my house. So are they taking this and targeting?
Well, they could be because at the end of the day, she's a politician, so she knows who votes, who doesn't vote, and all that type of stuff. Like a lot of us, and they know where people live. Like they would never, ever. When I say never, I mean never, ever, ever ring my doorbell. Ever.
Right. And
We
so
know
that's
they
why
would.
I'm saying, you know, like you said about the children, you know, and I know that
Mhm,
there's lots of children on that particular block that's in my video. It's a long block, and that corner is a bus stop. Well, it used to be, but is a bus
mhm,
stop. And I know that there are loads of children out
mhm,
there, you know. And
mhm,
so like you said, that is the reason for this live, so that we can educate the residents on the intimidation tactics that they use, and we can also tell the residents you don't have to open your door, so
But
don't
now,
open your door.
so but here's the thing with that. When we say don't open the door, we mean don't open the door for them. So we
Right.
have to come up with a good solution or a feasible solution to make sure that even though they don't open the door for them, they open the door for us because we have information. So actually, when we were out, we weren't just saying, Lacey does not have the Tahoe, Miss LaDonna, but uh, we were actually giving them information. We were telling them things that they didn't know. That we were telling them about tea with the trustees and how they could come and they could get questions answered because a lot of people are saying that they cannot speak to anybody at Village Hall. These departments are not answering the phone and things of that nature. I will say in the water department, they they're not answering like they usually do, but they are nicer. They are a little bit better with customer service. But again, a lot of these people they can't, they don't have any way to communicate with people like in the housing department, especially. I know people who were trying to get permits and they were told to come back, call back, nobody was there. But that clown can come outside and walk around with her and call the police on residents, but he can't do his job. Hmm.
Right.
He don't have a job.
The job when he had it, he didn't do it.
Oh, okay, okay, because I'm like, oh, he don't have a job. But yeah, I totally agree. um
Right. So
Somebody
that
asked the
that
question. Let me see.
that's
LaDonna
big. That's a
said,
big
"Is
problem.
Holmes?" Yes, Andrew Holmes was out collecting signatures too, wasn't he, Sherry?
He was. He was.
So we are not telling you not to open your door. We are telling you for these specific people, please be
Hmm.
weary of opening your door. Right, Sherry?
Look at them. Yep. I wouldn't. Oh, for what? They have nothing they can tell you. They can't help you. Like you say, we give them information. There was a gentleman when we were taking a break, and we were at Dunkin' Donuts, and a gentleman came in, and when he was leaving out, he said, "Good job," and saying, keep doing the work. And so, and I asked him, I said, "Well, are you gonna help us in this fight?" And he said, "Well, yeah. How can I?" said, "Did you sign the petitions?" And he was like, he said no. So I let him sign a petition, but he had questions about garbage pickup. So I was able to at least tell him that Michael can't tell him nothing about garbage pickup. The
You
other
don't
two
know
can't
nothing
tell him
about
nothing
what's
about
going on
garbage
in our
pickup.
town.
They don't even know what's going on. So we at least when we talk to the people, we talked to a lady about some things going on. She couldn't get in touch with Public Works about what was going on. So not only did we talk to her, we got we actually got the senator's office involved, and they're trying to help her. The people that William Moore called the police on. We talk to them to try to, let them know, hey, everybody, this is not, we're going to be okay. We cannot
Hmm.
let them do this stuff to us.
Yeah, Kim Austin is one of the ones that was put on administrative leave.
I heard
So
she's still coming to work. I haven't seen her, but then again, it's not like I'm at Village Hall, but they say she's coming to work.
she'll
They
be
say
better
they
off.
all they all are coming to work from my understanding. I heard it was 8 people, and out of the 8 people, and I can be corrected, but as of a few days ago, I was told that they were all coming to work because one of the other laid off employees were telling them to come to work.
And my thing is, why are these people coming to a job that they are never going to get paid for?
Want me to answer that?
And please do, because it is a baffling thing. Because baby, I don't work for free,
Not
so
baffling at
please let
all.
me know.
Okay, in Moore's case, he's getting paid at the township, and she's probably just paying him even more.
Correct,
But
correct.
also, if Village Hall is locked up and you can't get in, you don't know what he's doing. He could be doing deals because in my opinion, block by block, even though the board of trustees voted it down, they never voted for it. Then she all of a sudden just stopped talking about it. I think that was because she's doing it anyway. So I believe that they are still doing block by block. And so as long as they keep us out and have somebody in there, he will be able to continue to do her block by block stuff. I think that they're trying to keep people out of Village Hall because they know that as soon as we get in there, we're going to find some stuff that is off the chain. So
Okay, so
William
this,
Hmm.
Moore is nutty enough
let
to,
me
to
pause
keep
this right
going.
here. Can you
Mhm.
explain to the people what block by block
It
is?
was a housing program that Tiffany had that she never really wanted to really give any real details on. So the board, it wasn't like they just no, we're not doing it. That she just never had a real extensive outline or plan for it. It was like a page or two that didn't make sense. And there were a lot of questions that needed to take place. It needed to go through committee. It needed to be talked about with the residents. It needed to, there was some questions that should have been answered about it, and then they could have put it together and then voted on it. But she didn't want to do that because it was shadiness to it. Because again, there are a lot of houses that are coming up purchased. We don't know nothing about it, but at some point we'll find out. And that's why I believe they want to keep Village Hall locked up because they don't want us to find out. Just like the checks. I mean, people were, it's alarming that 589 checks were in somebody's drawer with $6 million missing, but not one time has she said where the $6 million is. Not one time has she even the receipts that we were supposed to get, the receipts that we were supposed to get from her. I'm still waiting. I ain't seen them yet. She was gonna do them on her podcast, which was illegal. We should not have to get our information that we should be able to FOIA. And then let me tell you something else, which is odd. At one point, and I don't know if they're still doing that, anything you wanted from the housing department, you had to FOIA. Things that you could just normally walk in and ask for, they were making you FOIA it because they knew that they weren't going to give it to you anyways. They
Oh
are
my
really
God.
trying to tie us up. And at this point, they don't even know what they're doing. That's why I believe people aren't getting permits and things of that nature. So my thing is, when these clowns are walking around with her trying to get people to sign petitions, they can't answer those questions. I would love to walk up with them at the same time and let's debate. Me and you, fool. Me and you.
Mm-hmm.
You ask me a question and ask them a question, and I'm not running for nothing, and I'm not employed.
So
Correct.
So
what you're
come on
telling
now.
me is the basement of the village hall is going to be much like the children under the stairs. We're going to be finding some creepy things under
Under
there
the stairs.
once Jason House
Everything
takes
that wasn't shredded.
right.
Everything that wasn't shredded. Yep.
Once Jason House takes office, he's gonna be finding some creepy things under the stairs in his basement that he's gonna have to sift through. That's why I want to make another disclaimer. Clean
Mhm.
house. We know he's going to be mayor of Dolton, the next mayor of Dolton. Please don't come to these village meetings asking him any questions at the first few meetings because he's not going to know anything. He's not going to be able to tell you anything. They're going to need to do some forensic
It's a
audit
garden. Yep.
there for each department, not just the village, but each department is going to have to be forensically audited because guess what? There's probably was some ghost payrolling going on over there.
Oh,
So they've
absolutely.
got to wade through all of that.
That and a lot of houses have been stolen.
Mhm.
A
Wade
lot
through
of
all
property,
of that.
Dalton property. Yep.
And so he's going to need to be able to have time to do that. And once he does, I have no doubt that he's going to be transparent because he's not that type of person as a trustee.
He
And
always
so I
has been.
don't
Yes.
yeah, I don't feel that he will be any different as a mayor. Just like he was at their special meeting. He told everything out in the open until
Mhm.
they had to go into closed session. And
Absolutely. They all are.
hopefully, hopefully, for all my followers or all the subscribers of this page, I hope that everyone here has liked, subscribed, and shared this video. We will have the clean house ticket on to have questions and to ask them some questions. I have a few questions that I want to ask. Some of them. I love the whole ticket.
You know what? They are really great people, and they get cut up. They get cut up and beat up, and it's a lot of things that they don't even say that they have gone through. Hence, clue folks coming to their houses and stuff like that.
Okay.
All that stuff has happened, and all of these things that are happening to people, and us trying, people trying to intimidate. These are the people that are coming to your house asking you to sign her petition, and that's crazy to me. It is so crazy to me, and I just don't understand. And you have people that should be working with us, fighting us, which is also nuts. I
Mhm.
don't understand that. I mean, if you don't, if you have issues with people, why not just leave it alone? Because
Thank you,
your
Cooking
fight
with
is
Frank,
not
for
with
stopping
us.
by. Thank you, Cooking for
Huh?
Frank. Thank you, Cooking with Frank, for
Hey,
stopping by.
Hey,
Thank you.
Frank.
I
He
want to
said
see
he got to
another
go cook
video.
up some more. He said he got to go cook
Yes,
up some
come
more
on now. Come
videos.
on.
He said he do. Listen, and Buck Baby, don't nobody trust Stan Brown, but he has
Yeah.
a right to be there as a trustee, and he should have
Yes.
been there all along. So
Hmm.
he is really just doing the job that he was elected to do.
Well, I'm not a
And
big fan of Stan Brown. Everybody know that, but I feel that all we could do is watch him, watch how he vote. You
Hmm.
see what I'm saying? That'll tell if
that's
he's
it.
not asking questions about those finances. That's a telltale sign too, because he's never asked about anything related to the finances.
Right.
So now it's time for him to start asking the real hard questions. So you'll know if he playing in our face as well too, because we're gonna be watching how he vote and how he carry himself.
Tell him.
So
Shavar, you're missing Clerk Key. And Stan
Right.
Brown is not. He's already
There
a
you go.
trustee, so he's not running.
I didn't
And he
have
mm-mm.
has
the,
two
I'm
years left.
sorry. I didn't have the flyer to put up for you all. Dot Nikita. Um but that's the ticket right there. This is the winning ticket right here.
Mm-hmm.
Earlier, um someone asked Miss Thelma her thoughts. And Miss Thelma, you were at the special meeting, right?
Yes. Yes.
So this is what I'm gonna ask you your thoughts. Sherry, you can't give your thoughts because you have to come back for table talk so that we can discuss your thoughts and Miss Valerie thoughts.
Mhm.
Uh Miss Thelma, somebody wanted to know your thoughts on the person that said that they were running for mayor of Dolton at the special meeting. And I believe her name is Cassandra.
I mean, when she got up there and was saying what she was saying, and she was trying to address the trustees, which they do not handle nothing what she was talking about. It was so funny. She did not get the reaction she thought she was going to get. And I was just laughing my head off, like, oh my God, she is so out of touch. And like I said, I've been out here in Dalton since the Shaw days. I've never seen that woman at no meetings at all. I've never seen her at any meetings. And when you start going to these meetings a lot, you get to know who goes, and you seeing those faces all the time. I have never seen this woman before, and she didn't been living out in Dalton for a while. So it's like, how dare you? Whatever, go on and waste your money, because that's what you're about to do, because you're not going to
Mhm.
win. Go ahead and pop that band and lose all your money, because we going with the clean house team. That's who we're going for. That's who's been in our corner all this time, is clean house. Nobody else could even dare come up and talk to us about anything, because we're going with the winning team. They're for the residents. They're for the residents. That's
All
it.
right. So
I yield back.
you guys have heard from you're going to jail.
Y'all
Right.
going to jail.
Okay.
Y'all going to prison. That should be
So
the new shirt.
there you go. So y'all have heard from Miss Thelma her thoughts on that particular person. And Miss Thelma, I'm in my recap of the meeting. I was telling the people that it's very odd for someone to be saying that they're running for a position in a town or and lead with an insult.
Correct.
Oh my
Very
God.
hostile. Every time she talks, she's very hostile.
This is the second time that I've seen her speak. The
Yes,
first time
very
was at the
hostile.
Lori Lightfoot, and
Yeah.
she led with an insult in that meeting.
Well, you got to understand, Tiffany, what she does in a lot of the elections, she put people up to split the vote. And when you start seeing these people talking about they about to run for mayor or trustee, it's somebody that she didn't put up to try to split things up, to kind of split the vote. But it's no splitting on the votes. We're smarter than that. We're very
Javar,
smart.
Denasha is running for trustee. He
yes,
said himself that he has lived here for a year.
and have
And and
attended
and,
no
and don't get me
meetings.
wrong, that's fine if you've been doing the work and you've been in the community. I mean, a
Hmm.
year you can do a lot and you can learn a lot within a year. But it ain't looking like that's what's going on with him. But he's running. He seems to be a nice man. He doesn't seem ignorant and insulting. I'll say that.
Well, for
He
this
knows how to
table
talk
talk,
to
we're gonna
people.
look at this. We're gonna review this podcast that both of them were on. I've asked
Hmm.
Sherry not to look at it so that her
I haven't looked at
reaction
it. I'm not.
is natural. and
Mhm.
we want to
I
get
have
her
not looked at
first.
it like I
We want to get
promised.
her and Miss Stubbs' first natural reaction to this because, like I said, distractions are not needed. What we need to do now is start calling the distractions a distraction.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
That we need to start calling a thing a thing. That's what my grandma used to say. She would say, "Oh no, baby, we finna call a thing a thing." Mm-mm.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what we need
Yes.
to start
Yes.
doing.
Yes,
Yes.
And
absolutely.
this is how you begin to educate yourself by having these community forums. And now that we have these platforms and using them so that the residents can get information.
Mm-hmm.
So this is what this platform is set up for. It's set up for the residents.
And I
And when
thank
I
you so
say that,
much.
oh no, don't thank me
Yes.
Thank
because
you. No, we have
then
to. We have to because again, you don't have to do this. And again, like you give flowers, you need your flowers too because you're helping
Mm-hmm.
us and you're doing what needs to be done. And I've said it once and I'll say it again. There are several platforms and everybody has their own unique spin on how they do
they
things.
do.
But if you are bringing us a platform that we can be comfortable and speak and get the questions answered because that's very important. And I mean, everybody is different. I like cooking with Frank because he makes me laugh. I love
Yes, he
Minion. Where is
does.
he? Where is Minion?
I don't know where Minion is tonight. I will try to
Oh,
reach out
tell
with
him Mama
him.
Sherry is not having it. She can't do too many lives without him.
I'm gonna tell
But
him.
we just need to 100% give you your flowers, and we respect everyone who has helped in every
Yes,
way that they can, as little or as much as they've helped. As long as they're not fighting with us and trying to make it
correct.
harder for us, we everybody, we one big happy family. We've taken on, some of the internet folk as family and comrades. I've met people along the way that I've grown to really, really like. I've met people along the way that I really, really don't like. I know people that I thought I knew that I just really ain't gonna deal with ever again in life. But again, at the end of the day, we'll grow from this. We'll grow
Yeah.
from this, and we
And I feel
hopefully
like,
you'll stick with us, even when
yeah.
she's gone. We want people
Oh
like you to
no.
stick with us.
I even said that
Yes.
I was going to still be covering the township and the village because I feel like it's important to document the progress. Because once we
Mhm.
get the clean house slate in and we get her out of the township, then progress is going to start. And that
Yes,
needs to be documented. It needs to
yes,
be shown how these towns and this township is going to evolve and move forward. So that needs to be documented. And I'm so
absolutely,
grateful. Huh?
absolutely.
Yeah, and I'm grateful to be a part of that because this is our Black history. That's what I was telling
You know what?
somebody.
I think it's gonna be in the history books, and I'm gonna be talking about how me and Thelma went to high school together. Now we live in
Mm-hmm.
the same community, and we fighting crimes.
Okay,
Yes.
all kinds of
Yes.
crimes and criminals. And it's like y'all the superheroes. That's why I said, man, this is the
I need a cape and a
voices of the
costume, girl, because listen, I
child.
feel like I need to fly sometime.
Oh my gosh.
But I know we've talked about all the bad things that's happening in Dalton with this mayor.
Hmm.
What I want to talk more about is the recovery. And
Yes,
that's to give the residents hope. And that's what Jason House and his team give us hope that, yeah, it's going to be a little rough, but we are going to make it from through this, with the
absolutely.
correct leadership in place.
Hmm.
We should be able to get through this. It's going to be rough. I'm not going to say it's going to be a cakewalk because she's done so much bad stuff to the village. She has tore her village down to the ground. Anytime you got businesses that just left their business because they couldn't even open, we should be promoting businesses. We should not be making it where we're closing our own businesses down in our town. So,
Listen,
like I told you before we had got on air, my goal is not just to get her out. Even after we get her out, there's recovery. And for me as a resident, I want to volunteer my time to help my village because I love my community and I want to be a part of the recovery of getting our village back together. And whatever's needed, I'm going to be there for the clean house crew and for all my Dolton residents. I'm going to be there after all of this is over with, because we got to clean this. We got to clean our village out and restore it back to the way it should be. Bringing excellence back to the south suburbs, because we have no excellence in the south suburbs. So we're going to
Correct.
bring it back.
First of all, let me say before I read this, my feeling is there's room out here for all of us YouTubers to be covering this and helping the residents stay informed and uncover whatever we need to uncover for them. There's room for all of us out here to do that. We don't need to be against each other. There's no reason for that. We all have different styles. Judge Petty, salute to you.
Well, she giving y'all enough content. She keeping y'all with enough content. So it's
Thank you. Everybody can take a different department and break it down, because she's going across the board. So Judge Petty, you're in the comments. Salute to your channel.
If you're a blogger that's against the residents, you're not gonna make it.
No,
you're not gonna make it.
The best thing to do is just to help the residents. We all can do it. We all can do it. And yes, I've seen Conscious's videos.
I don't watch it. I don't watch that.
I've seen a few of them just to see. I just, I have to look objectively at everybody just to see what they're saying.
See what's out there.
Because I'm going to come on this platform and dispel any rumors that I see or something that I feel like is not true.
I'm going to make sure. I only watch a few.
Right. And because it takes a lot of time. Tell them, Sherry, it takes a lot of time. It takes me time to do these videos that I do. It takes a lot of time. Note Not Even is asking, how can the residents be a part of the cleanup?
Get involved by showing up to things like Tea with the Trustees. Ask questions, and especially when you have platforms like this, ask as many questions as you can. And people like myself and Miss Thelma and Miss Valerie and Dan, if we don't have the answer, we can get the answer. And listen, don't get so consumed in social media that is not relevant. We can judge on if something is right or wrong, because like I saw I've been seeing a lot of clickbait videos in regards to Dolton, and I mean they putting wrong pictures up. Like they'll have a picture of somebody and that's not that somebody. I even saw somebody put up a picture that and had my name under it and it wasn't me. So I think we just have to just try to get involved. If it doesn't sound smart, then it's probably not true. You know what you see what you see. And if the person can't back up what they're saying to you and it makes sense, then it's not right. But I would say support what's right. I mean, the only way you'll know that you want to vote for Clean House 2025 is if you get involved and you see that they're doing the work and she's having parties. You'll see that they're answering the questions of the residents. We can't expect them to be on social media going back and forth with people, but they have a platform for residents to show up and get what they need and be, that's how you can, and dispel any rumors that that are wrong about the village of Dolton. That's how you can help and be involved.
This person said, why are so many Dolton businesses waiting for business license approval? Because for one, the mayor is holding this building hostage. That's the first thing. The second thing,
and they are working on it.
Yeah, they are working on it, but
they're working on it now. Yes.
Yeah.
So I think it was about 18 left, and the trustees, the 4 trustees, House, Belcher, Norwood, and Brown, Tammy Brown, are working on getting those people licenses and permits and things of that nature. Because we're finding out that a lot of them, like when Trustee Stan Brown said, as long as the paperwork is together, the paperwork has never been an issue. It's just that she was trying to push people out of Dalton because she wants to come in and take over and do things herself. So we have new businesses that are waiting. We have businesses that are going to open. You know, even in the case of the building at Lincoln is here now. So what we need to do as a community is we need to work with them to make sure that everything is right and they can just open and then it can bring revenue back to the
Revenue.
village and that building will be on the tax roll. That's what we have
Yes.
to do. I mean, you know, we can go back and forth all day and all night. We've been doing that. It ain't been working for us. So let's just move forward, get these businesses open. The business licenses, if people don't have them, they need to contact trustees Kiana Belcher or trustee Jason House so they can, you know, let them know what's going on. Get your story out there if you don't have your license. And then that way maybe you can get opened up soon.
And let me just say this. Sherry and Thelma not gonna say this. I'm gonna say this. Also Tiffany wanted to have full authority over the business license because if she didn't let you shake her down, shake you down, then she wasn't gonna give you a business license.
Oh yeah, that's
So
true.
Mhm.
there was a bit of corruption
Hmm.
entangled with the business license when she was had, taken over that.
Yeah,
That's
and
no
some of
longer
them,
the case.
yeah, and some staff, and maybe even some staff and people who are riding the fence and stuff, riding stuff, you don't know if they were shaking people down for her.
Mhm.
I'm just gonna
So
say
just like
that
you
it was
said it, I don't
happening.
mind saying it either.
It was
Yeah.
happening. It
Mhm.
was and it is. It was happening. So that is why. But that too is being corrected by Clean
Absolutely.
House.
Yeah, she has no and that's another thing real quick. I just want to say this. She does not have power. I don't She's trying to make a few people that have Stockholm syndrome, including some employees and residents that suffer from that. She's trying to make those people believe that she has power. She has no power. Both boards are working their butts off now. And again, people keep saying what they didn't do and what they didn't do, and they want to beat them up. They weren't in the situation. I don't know. Like I always say, if I was mad at everybody who didn't do what I wanted them to do 3.5 years ago, I'd be talking to the four walls in my living room.
Correct.
Any update on the Melanie Fitness Center? I know that there was at
I
one
think they
meeting,
want to sell it.
yeah,
I
that
think
they
they want
wanted
to
to
sell it.
sell it.
I think
They
they may
need to
want to
sell
sell it.
it.
If they don't sell it, make it a community center. But again, those things can only be talked about. And the four trustees that are, excuse me, there now, they're gonna bring it to a forum. So like bring it to committee because now they're gonna go back to having committees because Stan Brown and Andrew Holmes were over all the committees and they don't do shit. I mean nothing.
Oh,
They don't do anything. So
right.
again, they need to just go so the community can talk about what we want to do with
Correct.
the Melanie. It's not going to be a police station. The building is not structured to be a police station. It's too much glass in the front of it,
and the
and they need to take
audacity
that
for
sign
them to
down.
try to do
Hmm.
that and then didn't want to give you a detailed plan on how that was going to happen. That was
Hmm.
crazy to me to sit there
Yeah,
and listen to the back and forth of her say the dumbest things. It was like the dumbest criminals,
The
those.
dumbest thing is to tell the citizens that we gonna have the residents swimming in a swimming pool in a police station. That was so stupid. Very
and have a
stupid.
water park. Have a water park under all the wires that are right there in the
Just
area where she wanted the
idiot.
water park.
Child. Any update on the animal control?
We do not have
We
animal
do not.
control. She did have people, I think code enforcement was handling animal control. I put up a video where they were keeping dogs in a hot garage with no windows, and the dogs would be barking at night. And so that's how I was able to get the video of what was going on. I was also told that they were taking in that illegal vehicle they had as animal control that they were dropping off animals in Chicago Heights at one point.
Oh my
Just
gosh.
taking animals and and doing that. We don't have animal control. Nothing is legal. I mean, just like we don't have code enforcement legal, we don't
Right.
have animal control. There is a young lady, her name is Allison Golden. She's really good with helping people when it comes to stray animals and what to do and all that stuff. She works with the Humane Society. She's a well-known resident. Um, she
She
can
has a
be
lot of knowledge.
reached for stuff like she has a lot of knowledge with that. Tiffany had she had a community garden shut down that Allison used to do. So again, there are people that want to do the right thing, but this fool ain't letting that. She ain't trying to let that happen.
Hmm.
Wow. I'm gonna do something here that may be controversial. It doesn't make me any difference. Judge Petty, I see you in the comments. Some people was asking for your page. I'm going to put it in the comments.
Mhm.
Give me 1 second.
I love her. I love Judge Petty. She is very knowledgeable as well.
Oh, did I mess something up? Hold on. I messed something up. Hold on 1 second, Judge Petty. I messed something up. Cause that's what I do. But let me get it right. Okay, I have it. It should
I
show
love
up in
that you
Judge
don't
Petty.
mind sharing your platform and sharing knowledge with other bloggers that's trying to do the right thing. And I love that you're just welcoming them. Like, hey, you don't have no problems with dropping her link. You don't
Yeah,
feel threatened or
I don't.
anything. Everybody don't roll like that.
I don't feel threatened. I
You ain't
don't
got no
feel like.
jealousy in your heart.
Yeah, no, because this
You
is
could
about the
stand on your
resident.
own.
Right. This is about the residents, and I have my content. My
Hmm.
content is my content. There are going to
Correct.
be people who going to like me and
And I'm
follow
sure
me.
Dalton is not the only content.
Right.
It's all types of different content. I like that.
Right. I do all different types of shows. And
Hmm.
like I said, I am here for the residents. We all
Hmm.
have a voice. We
Hmm.
all are going to get out information. She gets out
Hmm.
different information than I do. She's a great researcher.
Yes.
I have
Hmm.
no problem giving her kudos for that. Um,
Yes.
Hannibal, he's a great resource.
Hmm.
He has great thoughts and ideas.
Yeah,
Cooking with
Hannibal was the first person I reached out to, and he listened.
He's an
So
actual
I mean,
journalist, though. Some people don't know
yeah,
that he's an actual
right,
journalist. Like
right,
his
hmm
stuff is so good because he know the game, and he
right.
know how
And
it should go.
what attracted me to listening to his what he had going on, quite like Shawan. I got on Shawan's live, and she was just on point. And so like I told you, I'll get in the comments and then I'll start giving little jewels and stuff like that. And they were very engaged and they absolutely listened. I need people to listen. Um, there were other people that we don't really see anymore for whatever reason. They started off great too. I mean, it is what it is, but we definitely don't want to fight with anybody. But
Oh no,
Hannibal, the thing that stuck out for me was when he was defending Dalton residents because Nate the lawyer too. Yep.
yeah, Nate the
Um,
lawyer.
when people were fighting us about saying, basically calling us out of our names and calling us stupid and everything because she was the mayor. That's just like, to me, that's almost like blaming a rape victim. I mean, come on. You don't know what people are going to do. Date rape. You go out on a date with somebody, and next thing you know, you raped. You didn't know that that was
Hmm.
going to happen. That's just like a bad marriage. You married the person 9 times out of 10. You didn't know it was going to be that bad that you was going to have to get a divorce. So, for people to keep going back to why she was elected, we're not going to keep telling y'all about that. What we
I
going to do
mean,
is
at the
we going to
same
keep it
time,
moving.
she's like any other politician. Politicians tell you what they're gonna do all day, but you only know what they're gonna do when they get in office. They have to do it.
Correct.
Right.
And
That
you don't
part.
know if
100%.
they actually gonna do it until they get in office. I
Right.
mean, and that's just the long and short of it. Even some
And she's
people who have been
totally
in office,
right. But
you
but
know,
again, with her, she is a real special case, and I mean special in every aspect of the word special. Special as in special as in this is different. You know what I mean? Just special.
right. If
Yeah,
you would please like, share, and subscribe to this channel.
absolutely.
If you feel like you want to come back and hear us again, I have a show on Thursdays called Table Talk. And we are going to start having a lot of people come through Table Talk. First Table Talk for this week, I'm hoping we will be having Sherry Britton back along with Valerie Stubbs to review the distractors, because I said what I said. I said we're gonna start naming a thing,
I think.
and
Mhm.
these people have not worked in the village or attended any meetings
Hmm.
regularly. They attend meetings when they want to say that they running for something, but they, to me, they ain't doing nothing but running their mouth. Because
No,
if
no
you haven't
distractors
been,
at tea with the trustees this weekend.
okay,
This
girl,
past
Oh,
weekend,
yeah.
nobody
that's
was
what I'm
there.
saying. That's what I'm saying. Hello. If you want to be running for something, you need to be out there where the people are. That's what
Correct.
you need to do. But like I said, we're gonna call a thing. So we're going to review the distractors on Thursday with some of the village voices. I'm gonna start calling y'all the village voices when y'all come on here. And please contact me anytime when you say, hey, we want to address something and we only want to do it one time. I'm going to say, welcome to All in the Queue. Today we have breaking news from Dolton, and it is the residents that are about to
Hey, hey,
speak.
hey.
And
Hmm.
I'm going to make way for you all to do so
I love it.
anytime I'm contacted. Um, and so we're going to do that on this Thursday. Hopefully, on the following Thursdays, we will start to bring on our candidates, Clean House, to come on, and I'm going to ask them some questions, some funny questions, because y'all know me, y'all know how I do my interviews. We're going to ask them some informative things. We're going to ask them to explain some things and tell us some things about themselves. So hopefully they will be willing to come on and do that. And then after that, I need to talk to John Kraft about this FOI. I'm
Yes,
going to be bringing
yes.
that to the platform. Normally, he does classes out
Hmm.
he was in Bolingbrook this weekend, but he's going
Hmm.
to come and give us a class on the platform. So you won't even have to leave your home to find out how to do your own voice. Because why, Miss Thelma? Because we got to keep this thing going, right,
That's
baby?
right. That's
That's
right,
right, baby.
baby.
We
So,
got to keep
Oh,
this
hey,
yeah.
thing.
super producer, why
Yes.
don't you host a debate if people were willing to do it? I would love to see Denasha to debate
Listen,
Kiana Belcher.
I would love to facilitate that. I would
Wouldn't that
love
be
to
awesome?
facilitate that. I
I
would
bet they
love
won't
to
do it.
facilitate that. I don't know.
I don't
We'll
think they'll do
try.
it.
They might.
We'll try to
I
reach
think
out
our
to them.
trustees will. I'm saying I don't think they will because they won't know the
Oh
questions. They
no.
won't.
If you're gonna run your mouth in a meeting, you better be ready, Donald Trump, to run your mouth at this debate. Since you're
No, she
saying
did.
that you
No, she did say Donald Trump.
Mm-mm.
because you a
Girl,
distractor.
just to
As
knock me
far as
out
I'm
though.
concerned, you a distractor. I can be unbiased, and ask you questions and things like that, because that's what I do. But I feel like if you're serious, you should be willing to.
Mm-hmm.
And if you say no, you ain't serious. You what I said you was, a distractor. So what you gotta do, and I know you looking with all of y'all with y'all looking asses. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
All you'll need to do is when I reach out to you, say yes. Because if you say no, then your no is an answer to what these people should be doing. They should be voting clean house and going on about their business.
But
Hmm.
here's the thing: if people were paid, no matter what we say, no matter what we do, they gotta do their job. They gotta try to split the vote, even though they know they can't. So they don't care as long as they got that money. They gonna run.
Okay.
I just want the
Thank you,
residents to
Shanita.
know just to know that those are the people that we need to stay away from, period.
Yep.
And
Because they don't have
listen,
our interests, and they don't really care about their job is to split the vote. Try
it
to.
Mm-hmm.
okay. And if you say no to the debate, then that should
Right.
be the residents' answers about
Correct. Absolutely.
what they here to do.
Yep.
Okay, because you either here because we only heard you ask about one thing, and that was your escrow. You ain't care about nobody else escrow. You ain't cared about the grocery store that wasn't getting its permits and its
Mm-hmm.
things
Teach.
that it needed to open.
Teach.
Okay, you
Her,
didn't care
her
nothing about that.
escrow. Her
Okay, that's all.
escrow.
That's all you
Block
cared
by
about.
block. Block by block.
Okay, so I'm just saying to clear up the rumors or whatever you want to call them. I can only go by your actions from the last two interactions that we saw. And
Mm-hmm.
that was you made a nasty comment at the Lori Lightfoot meeting, and you made a nasty comment at the special meeting. I'm just
Mm-hmm.
saying that's your track record right now. And I'm putting it out
Correct.
there because now you are a public candidate. And I'm putting out there that's what you did. So all of the residents, please make sure that you like, share, and subscribe to this channel so that we can bring you this is the residents platform so that we can bring you information from the community. We can bring you the correct information from the village hall and anything else that might be going on in the community. I want to thank you guys.
Thank
I
you.
do it
Thank you,
again?
sweetie.
I want to thank you guys for being willing to come on to this platform and to discuss the warning that we are giving to the residents and the potential dangers that might be out there for the residents. Thank you so
Mhm.
much for being willing to come on. And like I said, if there's anything that I can do for you, you need this platform. All
Thank
you need
you.
to do is reach out and listen. I can even take myself down and be the producer, and I'm just gonna produce. What you want me to put up, Miss Sherry? Because I'm gonna put it on the screen for the people.
Listen,
So
I need this what I need from you. I
yes,
want to have a comedy roasting fest with I want Shawan, I want Frank, I want Minion, I want you. The people that's gonna have us cracking up and we just gonna go to town and
okay.
we gonna talk about it all. We're gonna talk about them Newports. We're gonna
Oh
talk
my
about it
gosh.
all.
Oh my
Because
God.
Mm-hmm.
sometimes we want to laugh. And you know
Listen,
what? We
yes.
do have, we do, I have a sense of humor. I do like to have fun. And those of you that are going to come out when we have our victory party, we have our
Yes.
indictment party, you all are going to see. Y'all going to be like, ooh, that Sherry Britton is a nut, but not like
Oh,
them.
yeah.
They not like
Yes.
us.
Listen, absolutely yes. We will have to get with cooking with Frank. His schedule, he works a night job, I believe. So we'll have to make
Okay.
it a time that or see if he can take off and we can, get him on. But definitely me, him, Minion. Um, who else did you want on?
Shawan,
Shawan. Oh, somebody thank you for saying that you enjoy my show with Shawan. I have a show with Shawan. It is every
yes,
Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at
they are
9 a.m.
hilarious.
9-ish a.m. Because both of us be like, girl, you ready to do this? We be sleeping still sometimes. So I have a show with her every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 9 a.m. where we talk about political topics, we talk about trending topics, and we give our opinions on it. And it's
Yes.
hilarious. It is absolutely
It is.
hilarious.
Y'all are so funny. Y'all
I
need to you need to put that when y'all was doing the debate between Kamala and Trump. Oh my God, y'all, that was so funny. Girl, I'm still laughing at that. Y'all had me on the floor laughing.
Oh, my
oh my
God.
god.
I'll pull that up when I'm woke and just laugh.
Yeah, because it is hilarious. We have some other things coming up, and we'll be circling back to the Kamala
Mhm.
Donald thing because they're having another debate. So we'll
Oh,
be
Yes.
are they?
circling.
I thought he
Yeah,
said he wasn't doing it.
she said that they were having another debate, and I'm sure that he will do it. I think he be
Yeah.
lying when he say he's not gonna do it because he loves
Uh-huh.
attention. So I know he lying, and I feel
Okay.
like
They're gonna be eating out of birds. They're gonna be eating birds this time.
I don't know. I don't know what the people gonna be
Love you,
eating this
Shawan.
time.
Love you, Shawan.
Listen, I love Shawan. She know
Me
we are
too.
sisters forever. People be
Absolutely.
like, "Do y'all like each other?" And we absolutely
Yes.
do.
She
You
is
know,
100% likable.
Yeah,
uh,
man.
wife, mother, concerned person. Everybody not gonna have the same views about everything. That
Yeah,
don't mean you
and
don't
you
like
know
them.
what? If we do the show to show you
Hmm.
all, even the village of Dalton, we may not agree on who we're going to vote for, but that doesn't mean you're not a good person and I'm not a good person.
Hmm.
Absolutely.
We're just doing what's best for our household or what we think is best for our household. So, we definitely can get along and respect each other. And
I
that
don't
is
know
what
now,
we
because with Tiffany, we might have to square up.
no see she's
I'm just
special
joking. I'm
needs.
just joking.
Look, she's special needs. So she don't even fit into this conversation that we having because she's not that's not a real person.
Wait,
Every
okay,
time
now
I
don't
see
you ever say nothing else about Sherry Britton when you just called the girl special needs.
she is special needs. Oh,
Don't you
if
say it.
if you
Don't you be
all
like,
want
now
to read
Sherry. Don't you dare say, now Sherry, when you didn't just call the girl
Spirit, it
special
was the
needs.
words that you use. I use the proper term. The proper term is special needs.
Right. Well, because I don't even know if mal retardation is a word, but I made it
Yeah,
one if it
and
ain't.
mild, I wouldn't say she mild. She all the way special needs. No, she all the way.
Well,
Let's
I
we
say mal because she can talk a little bit.
okay. I'm gonna leave that there.
I said a little bit, girl.
Okay, very little, very little. But
Yeah.
yeah, so I do those shows, to
Hmm.
be lighthearted and just have other content because dwelling on this
Hmm.
every day, child, you'll get bogged down. So,
Yes.
we need to
Yes.
have some lighter, fresh content. So I do a show with Minion with Opinion called Double Up, and we do different
Yes.
segments. So
Now
if you
that's fun.
haven't subscribed
I
to
love
Minion with
that.
Opinion,
Hmm.
do that because we do different segments there. And we just about our business over here. That's all we doing. We just about our business, happy and trying to help the residents of Dalton all that we can. That's
There
it.
you go.
That's
We
all.
appreciate it.
Okay,
Thank
and we
you.
love you back.
Yes.
Love
Um,
you, Daddy.
so we're gonna get ready to get out of here. I appreciate you guys for talking with me.
Hmm.
Uh, next meeting. When is it? Let the people know, Miss Sherry.
I would assume that because we have one on the 12th, and I don't know, and I can find out and I'll let you know. So maybe you can mention it on, we can mention it on Thursday, but I'm assuming it will be the first Monday in October.
Yeah, that's what. And somebody said why the long wait because it was a summer schedule, and
Well, we
that's
should have
why.
been back on the regular schedule for September, but again, because we had the special meeting and we got a lot done, um and that's why I don't know, that's why I don't want to say for sure. It would normally be the first and third Monday of every month. If Monday falls on a holiday, they'll have it on the day after, which is that Tuesday. In the summer, June, July, and August, we have one meeting, and they could schedule it. It just depends on how they schedule it. It could be at the beginning of the month, it could be in the middle of the month, but that's how that works. Because of what's been going on, that's the reason why we didn't have the two meetings in September. I think that they need to, and maybe doing something a little different. And we did discuss that at Tea with the Trustees on the meetings and how they'll be held. Because at this point, why even have meetings with her? For what? No business gets done.
Correct.
I will link all the pages in the description of this video when this video posts. So I will link those pages. I will link Judge Petty. I'll make sure I link your page, Hannibal's page, Nate the lawyer, and anybody else I think that you all need to subscribe to for good content and good information. Um, I don't watch everybody. Grace Levi is also a good source. She does lives where she does deep dives into the court cases and things. So I will
Is it
link
Grace
everybody.
Levi, all one word? I've never really watched, so
No,
I
it's
don't
two
think I've watched it.
words.
It's two words, Grace
Yeah,
Levi. Okay.
Grace and Levi, but I'm gonna link it in this video. So
Okay.
all you have to do is press the hyperlink and to get to the page.
Okay.
So you all can have those resources as well. And listen, we gonna make the village of Dalton great again. without
Okay.
Shawan, but we're gonna make the village of Dolton
No,
great
she
again.
gonna help us. I don't care what she doing over there. She gonna help us with Miss
Yeah.
Tiffany.
Oh yeah, she is. And she does good reporting, and I'm gonna link her page as well. Like I said, any page that I feel like gives out good information that you all can go and pull from, I'm going to link them in the description of this video. And
Mhm.
boy, I have had a wonderful time tonight.
Me too.
Um,
Me too.
this has been a great conversation, and hopefully we can get some other people on as well to hear some other different views. But we will always have Sherry on
Oh
this channel.
yeah. Yes,
Always,
yes, yes.
she will be a mainstay, and then we
Oh.
will add other people to the conversation. But Sherry, she the good girlfriend. We're gonna keep her forever. So shout out to, okay, everybody giving shout outs now. Okay.
Mm.
All right, we about to get out of here. I'm gonna roll these credits, and
All
well,
right,
credit to
love.
me because I did all the videos today.
There
Um,
you go.
but we gonna play
Why
these
you don't play that
videos.
one that I sent you that I posted earlier? I was cracking up that music video that
Oh
Minion
wait,
did,
let me
girl.
get it because that thing
Oh
cracked me
my
up.
God.
I'm
I
gonna
don't think I
actually
laughed
make a
that hard.
I'm gonna make a proper video with that in it, like Minion does. I'm gonna do a
Uh-huh.
collaboration with him, and we'll use it. We're gonna use it there. That's probably why I didn't use it today. But let me show the people, because y'all need to know that Miss Sherry, she ain't always all business. She cracks up, and she cracks me up on the regular. I ain't even gonna lie. She's very funny. Uh Hold on. She sent me two, and
I laughed. That was a laugh.
yeah, and this one I'm gonna make a proper video along with the video that I made today, about the
And they
people
get off my
coming.
porch.
Yes, that's the one I like the best because that one had
Mm-hmm.
me cracking up. Ooh, I'm gonna do this like a cooking with Frank video. I'm finna steal some of cooking with Frank's stuff. Okay, let me share it to the screen. This is gonna be hilarious. I can't wait to see um to see Miss Thelma's face with this.
That was hilarious. Did you see that video, Thelma?
Uh-uh.
Girl.
This one right here, right, Sherry?
Yeah.
Okay, wait a minute. Make sure that let me make sure the volume's up. I don't even hear anything. Can y'all hear it?
Mm-mm.
I don't hear anything. That's odd.
You gonna hear it though.
Okay.
I think it's gonna say something.
Get the fuck off my porch.
Oh
Get
no,
your
I
ass
know
off
that we
this
didn't hear it.
motherfucking porch, bitch.
Oh God.
I didn't
Oh,
hear it. Did you hear it?
yeah, I
Yes.
heard it.
And that cracked me up. This is the stuff that we be doing. Y'all think sometimes I be doing work, and Miss Sherry, she give me a good break from my work with these.
Get the fuck off my porch. Get your ass off this motherfucking porch, bitch.
Oh my God.
My God. I was like, oh, I'm finna use these in
On the
one
floor.
of my videos. And Cooking with Frank, you better not come over here and steal nothing I just posted for your video, because I'm finna use this
That's a good one to steal, though.
It
yes,
sure is.
and be cracking up with it. But
Ooh.
no, Cooking with Frank, you can do whatever you want because we're gonna have different spins on it. So go off, okay?
Listen, cooking with Frank. The first time I watched him, not the first time, but like the second time I watched him, and I'm definitely not gonna say what he called her, but off camera, I'm gonna tell you what he called her. And I almost fell off the couch. I laughed so hard.
Frank say
I
all the
called you,
stuff you
Thelma.
want to say.
Don't he?
Ooh,
He say
Don't he?
all the stuff I love cooking with Frank.
Everything that you be thinking, I'd be like, oh, I
Yeah.
could watch this
Oh,
all
I'm
day.
talking on.
I could watch this all day. Well, y'all, we
Mhm.
about to get out of
Mhm.
here. We done gave y'all
All
enough
right.
tea, enough information. Y'all be good. We
Uh-huh.
We'll try.
us we we about to get out of here. Let me take us on up out of here.
All right, loves.
Love
Thank you
y'all.
so much. Love
No
y'all.
problem. Bye.
All right. Thank
Bye.
you.
Be in the know, just know what to show, to know what to do. Just jump in the queue, it's down to you. So what you gonna do? All in the queue, it's hella to you. All in the queue, just check out the view. All in the queue. So be in the know, just come watch the show, to know what to do. Just jump in the queue, it's hella to you. So what you gonna do? All in the queue, it's hella to you. All in the queue, it's check out the view. All in the queue.